Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. And as usual, we're starting off with Euro USD. Now we do have a fairly strong downward trend line that is coming into play right now, and there it is. You can see there's a previous high, next high, and we're now forming another high. Now the big question is, are we going to reject here and move to the downside? So in other words, is this consolidation a flag, or alternatively, are we going to break through, find structure, and start moving to the upside? So at the moment the trend is down on the 8 hour. The only concern that we do have at the moment is we're far away from the moving averages, and we want to find structure before looking to sell into this any further. So looking at the 1 hour, let's just go back in time a bit. So we had a downward trend line, broke up, consolidated, broke consolidation to the downside, which wasn't really a decent setup, and then moved to the upside. So this is often what happens when you're coming off a major trend. So this has been a major downtrend, and then you have this kind of consolidation up and below the moving averages, and you've got crossovers happening. You've got the oscillator starting to group. So the bulls are trying to take control while the bears are trying to keep the momentum to the downside. So for me, there's a couple of things on the cards here. The first one is this inverse head and shoulders, which we're at the neckline. There's the shoulder, here's the head, and sort of there's the shoulder, or you can actually come down to a cup and handle down here as well. But nevertheless, it's consolidation. So consolidation is what you need to look at. Now, if I just fine tune that there, that trend line, okay, you'll see we're kind of broken through and we're coming back now, crossover. This is no man's land for me. I'd still be looking to short off here, 119,571. Ultimately, the trend is still down. That is a major level, okay, so 119,571, and I'd want to see a bit of another attempt at these lows. Okay, even if it does come down to test one of these other levels here of 119.50 or 119 itself. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. I think 119 is your line in the sand. If we close below that on the weekly, then it's going to open up the path to 118 and possibly 117. But at the moment, this is, for me, sit on hands, because it could be a trend reversal. It's very possible, but I'd want to see that on the 8 hour, or alternatively, it is just a consolidation and it's looking like a wedge, and we're looking to get up to this area here of 119,571 before we sell off again. Okay, US dollar Japanese yen, a very strong move to the upside, looking like a wedge that I pointed out yesterday. I think that has changed a little bit into a channel. There's your channel. So that is still a flag. So that is still a bull flag. Well, it's a bear channel, but we're in a bull trend, bull flag. So what we're looking for is to buy off structure. Now, if we come down to the hour, you can see exactly the same thing is transpiring here as what's happening in Euro USD. We had this strong move up, and now we've got the series of lower highs, and we're trying to basically build some structure here. And the structure that they're trying to build is pretty much the tug of war between the bulls and the bears, basically. Okay, so the bulls are trying to get momentum back to the upside. Bears are saying enough, we want to try to push us down, and for as long as they're getting lower lows and lower highs, they will feel that they're gaining control, and they should get a bigger move shortly. But for me, when this kind of price action starts happening, I tend to sit on the side. So no reason to be jumping into this just yet. Wait for a little bit more structure, and then we'll look for opportunities there. But this at the moment, there's merit for longs and shorts at the moment, and that is never a good position to be in. British pound Japanese yen, also a bit of consolidation. This wedge, we are very tight in this wedge. I think we can actually extend the bottom line up. Okay, so until we break one way or the other, that is a consolidation pattern. and I'm not really interested in getting involved in that. And look at this price action from yesterday. Sideways tails, barbed wire. Sorry, that's not for me. Look at your oscillators. This level that we're at seems to be fairly strong. This could be potentially a quadruple top. 1, 2, 3, and 4 attempts at the top. So I would say that 151, 220 or 151, 219 is a pretty solid level. Look at my oscillators. That's not an area to be buying. I'm not interested in shorting it because the trend is up, so we need to wait for structure before we look at that again. Moving on to Aussie dollar, US dollar. So we're right back in this area of chaos. So if you look to the left, look at all this area of chaos. We slap bang in the middle of it again. I'm kind of in two minds with this pair. Are we going to just form a bigger range, or are we going to continue this uptrend? But for as long as it goes sideways, the probability of this continuing gets more of a coin toss, so 50-50. So right now, I think the important thing to understand is that we do have a crossover here on our moving averages. We haven't quite broken below the 155, and then at the same time, as with most dollar pairs, we have that. So there is merit for a move to the downside, and that's on the higher time frames, but yet on the lower time frames we are back above the moving averages, crossovers. So could be a case of forming a channel. But anyway, so dollar pairs, I think for me, sitting on the side, British pound, Japanese yen also sitting on the side. Euro British pound, that is sideways on the 8-hour right now, and we are oversold, sort of stuck between no man's land. There's a big level to the downside of 0.85354. We didn't quite tag it 2 weeks ago. That is still open. I still suspect we're going to get a squirt down to that before decisions start getting made on this pair. But look at that. That yesterday was the start of higher lows. Okay, so pretty much through the trading day yesterday we had higher lows, and then we have a potential double bottom here. There's our double bottom. We're forming higher lows. Problem is we're still forming lower highs. So that in itself is a triangle. And for me, that's sideways. I'm not interested in that. We're going to have to start clearing 0.85831 or alternatively 0.85506. Those are two areas we need to clear before I start looking at that. And a British pound, New Zealand dollar, I think we have a potential reversal forming here. So we do have a clear crossover of the oscillators pointing to the downside, and we have some structure here which I'll show you on the lower time frames. It is sideways, but it's sideways to down, and that basically means it is a flat top or flat bottom triangle. There's the bottom. You see this is the area we've been buying off, 193,488, and we have finally broken through it. Moving averages, we're still above the moving averages. I want to see a cross here. I want to see price drop a little bit further, then come back and test this area before committing to any shorts. So for me at the moment, this, if I take this level out, this is a range. Okay, so basically we're stuck in this range. So we need to break it one way or another. Break the upside, come back and test. It's long. Break the downside, which does look like we have done, but let me just fine tune the levels. And you can see there's a, if I take that inside bar there, we're on it. It's not really a break just yet. So yeah, patience is key here. I want a deeper break, I want a crossover, and then I want to pull back, come and test this area of 193,350, and that retest will more than likely retest the break of the 155. So keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, so it is data Thursday, so we've got a bit of data coming out today, so you may find the dollar pausing until we get data moving in a direction. Alternatively, the pound, I think the pound has moved pretty solidly, so you probably find some profit taking or some consolidation on the cards. So even a bit of a retracement would be fairly decent. Anyway guys, so not much on Forex today. I think indexes offers a little bit better opportunities, But remember, get your levels in, get your alerts in, and trade your plan. Plan your day early in the morning before you go to work, before you go for a run, before you go for a cycle. So when you come back and the market's open, you're ready to execute that plan and stick to the plan. Don't deviate. Anyway, that's it. Hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.